Welcome back to our channel, everybody. Today, we're not just going to be shooting the breeze about habits. We're talking about a mental reset, a daily detox for your mind. And let's face it, your mind isn't exactly spick and span right now. It's not your fault, though. It's just the world we're all living in. Every single day, without even so much as a by your leave, the world is dumping stuff into your head. News headlines specifically designed to scare the living daylights out of you. Social media posts engineered to make you compare yourself to others. Negativity coming at you from every Tom, Dick, and Harry. Old regrets from way back when. Worries about a future that hasn't even happened yet. And over time, all this mental junk starts to pile up. At first, you don't even notice it. You keep on keeping on. You keep working away. You keep scrolling and scrolling. But little by little, your mind starts to resemble a cluttered room. Too many things crammed into too little space. You can't seem to find your focus. You can't feel that inner peace. And every single thought feels heavier than it should. That's why you wake up already dog-tired. That's why your stress levels feel perpetually through the roof. That's why even when nothing's actually wrong, you still feel totally overwhelmed. Here's the unvarnished truth. Nobody ever told you that your mind needs a good cleaning every single day. You clean your body, right? You brush your teeth every morning. You wash your clothes. But when it comes to your mind, the very thing that's calling the shots on every decision, every action, every dream, most people never give it a second thought. They just let it fill up with emotional dust bunnies. They let toxic thoughts squat there rent-free. They carry mental baggage from months, sometimes even years ago, and then they wonder why they can't concentrate, why they overthink every little thing, why they can't get a decent night's sleep. So today, I'm going to give you 14 powerful daily habits to clean out your mind. These aren't just fluffy, feel-good tips. These are real tools, tested and true, simple to use, and so effective that if you make them a daily thing, you'll feel lighter, calmer, and sharper than you ever thought possible. And don't forget, as you're watching this, you're also working on your English listening skills, learning new words, and getting comfortable thinking in English. So, you're not just cleaning your mind, you're giving it a serious upgrade. Let's dive right in. Habit number 1. Start your morning with silence. The first few moments of your day set the tone for everything that follows. But here's the kicker. Most people blow the whole day before it even begins. They wake up and immediately reach for their phones. Within seconds, they're bombarded with messages, notifications, news alerts, and endless social media posts. Their brain is flooded with noise before they've even had a chance to take their first deep breath of fresh air. And they don't even realize it, but they've already polluted their minds. Think about it this way. Your brain when you first wake up is like a calm, still lake, crystal clear and peaceful. But the moment you check your phone, it's like throwing in a bunch of stones, trash and dirt. The water gets all murky and cloudy, and you can't see clearly anymore. That's why starting your morning with a bit of silence is one of the most effective ways to give your mind a daily scrub. Here's how it shakes out. When you wake up, before you talk to anybody, before you check your phone, before you even start thinking about work, give yourself 5 to 10 minutes of pure, unadulterated silence. Sit in a comfortable position. Close your eyes. Breathe slowly and deeply. Let your thoughts drift in and out like clouds in the sky. Don't judge them. Don't fight them. Just let them pass on by. At first, it might feel a little weird. Your mind will try to pull you back to your phone. It'll remind you of your endless to-do list. It'll try to break that silence. But if you hold that quiet space, something truly amazing will start to happen. You'll start to hear your own thoughts, not the world's clamor, not the internet's endless chatter. Your own genuine voice. You'll start the day in control of your emotions, instead of letting the world jerk you around by your strings. Let me give you a real-world example. There was a CEO of a billion-dollar company who swore by this practice. He said, "If I start my day in chaos, I make chaotic decisions. If I start my day in silence, I make clear decisions." His mornings look something like this. No phone, no news, no talking to anyone. Just him, a cup of warm tea, and 10 minutes watching the sunrise in total silence. He claimed that those 10 minutes were worth more than any business meeting because they set the tone for every other decision he made that day. And here's the science to back it up. Starting your day with silence lowers cortisol, the stress hormone, improves focus, and strengthens emotional stability. It's like giving your brain a shower before the daily grime starts to accumulate. So, here's your challenge for tomorrow. When your alarm goes off, don't automatically reach for your phone. Sit up, close your eyes, breathe deeply, and let the day come to you, instead of you rushing headlong into it. Do this for just 7 days and see how much clearer, calmer, and stronger your mind feels. 2. Write down whatever's on your mind. Your mind is like a container. Every day you're putting something into it. A worry, a memory, an idea, a plan. At first, it feels light and manageable. You can still think clearly. You can still focus. But over time, you keep piling on more stuff. Unfinished tasks, arguments from months ago, the what-if fears about the future, the reminders you keep repeating to yourself so you don't forget. Before you know it, that container's overflowing. And when it's full to the brim, even a single new thought can spill over into pure, unadulterated stress. This is why you sometimes feel overwhelmed for absolutely no discernible reason. It's not that there's anything particularly wrong. It's just that there's too much rattling around in your head. The solution is deceptively simple. Empty it out every single day. Grab a notebook, find a quiet spot, and write down everything that's on your mind. It doesn't have to be pretty. It doesn't have to be logical. It doesn't have to be grammatically perfect. Write down your tasks. Write down your frustrations. Write down the thing you're secretly afraid to admit to yourself. Write down those fleeting ideas you don't want to forget. The moment you write it down, it changes. It's no longer an invisible weight inside your head. It's now a visible thing outside of you. And once it's out in the open, you can see it, work with it, and decide what to do with it. Think of it like cleaning a messy room. When everything's just strewn about, it's hard to even know where to start. But when you take everything out, put it on the floor, and really look at it, you can decide what to keep, what to toss, and what to fix. Let me give you a compelling example. There was this guy named Alex. He was always busy, but he never felt like he was actually making any progress. His head was constantly filled with reminders. Call the bank, reply to emails, fix that leaky faucet, buy a birthday gift for Mom. At night, he couldn't sleep because his brain kept replaying the whole messy loop. One day, someone told him, "Your brain is not a to-do list. Stop treating it like one." That night, he picked up a pen and just wrote for 15 minutes straight. Every single thought, every task, every worry, the page was completely covered. But something kind of magical happened. His shoulders relaxed. He felt lighter. For the first time in months, he actually fell asleep without fighting his own thoughts. Within a week of doing this every day, Alex noticed something else. He started getting more done. Why? Because now the important stuff was clear, and the unimportant stuff had been banished from his brain. This is the power of writing things down. It gives your brain some breathing room. It stops you from lugging around the same heavy baggage day after day. If you want a clean mind, make this a daily habit. Even just 5 minutes can be the difference between feeling trapped and feeling totally free. 3. Practice gratitude every day. Gratitude isn't about pretending that life is all sunshine and rainbows. It's not about ignoring the problems. It's about shifting your focus. It's about training your mind to see the good that's already there, even if there's some bad stuff swirling around it. Your brain is wired to detect danger before beauty. That's how humans managed to survive for thousands of years. But these days, that survival wiring often means that you only notice what's wrong. Gratitude rewires that circuitry. It teaches your mind to pay attention to what's right. And here's the real beauty of it. When you look for what's right, you start to feel lighter. You stop living in a constant state of mental turmoil. Gratitude doesn't have to be some grand, sweeping gesture. It can be something as simple as the way the morning air feels on your face. It can be a stranger holding the door open for you. It can be hearing your favorite song come on the radio unexpectedly. Let me tell you a story. There was this woman named Sophia. She had just gone through a really painful breakup. She lost her apartment and had to move in with her sister. She told me, "I can't even think of a single thing I'm grateful for. My life is just a complete and utter mess." I told her, "You don't have to start with anything big. Just start with the smallest thing you can find." So she started. Day 1, I have a roof over my head. Day 2, my sister made me a cup of tea. Day 3, The sun actually came out today. It felt kind of silly to her at first, but slowly her list grew longer, and as it did, her mind began to shift. After a month, she told me, my problems are still here, but they don't control me anymore. That's the transformative power of gratitude. It doesn't magically erase your problems, but it does clear out the gunk they're throwing into your mind. Another example, I once met a soldier who had been through some truly horrific experiences. He told me that gratitude was the only thing that kept him mentally alive during the toughest times. Every night, even in the most dangerous conditions, he would find one thing to be thankful for: a warm meal, a letter from home, the fact that he had survived another day. He said, if you can find something to be grateful for in the middle of absolute chaos, your mind can never be completely broken. Gratitude is a mental cleaning tool. It sweeps away the dust of constant negativity. It lets the light in. If you want a clean mind, make it a daily ritual. Write it down. Say it out loud. Really feel it, because a mind that's been trained to find something good every day will never be completely devoid of hope, even in the hardest seasons of life. 4. Declutter your physical space. Your mind mirrors what it sees. If your desk is covered in random stuff, your thoughts will feel equally random. If your room is a mess, your focus will become equally messy. Clutter isn't just about having too much stuff. It's a collection of unfinished decisions. Every single object is whispering something at you. Fold me, fix me, file me, use me. Why am I even still here? Those whispers become mental noise. You might not consciously hear them, but you definitely feel them. That heavy, restless feeling when you sit down to work. That irritation you can't quite put your finger on. That feeling of being utterly exhausted before you've even started. A clean space isn't just about aesthetics. It's about mental energy. Start with the space where you spend the most time, your desk, your bedside table, your bag. Pick a small area, stand in front of it, and ask yourself a simple question for each item. Does this help my life right now? If the answer is yes, keep it with honor. If the answer is no, let it go with respect. Create a staging box. Anything you're not entirely sure about goes into the box for later review. You don't have to make all the decisions today. You just need to create a little space today. Establish a reset ritual. A morning reset for 5 quiet minutes. A night reset for 5 quiet minutes. Put things back where they belong. Leave surfaces clear. Let your future self arrive to calm, not chaos. Adopt the one-touch rule. When you pick something up, finish its journey. Cup to the sink. Paper to the folder. Cable to the drawer. One touch. One decision. Peace. Here's a scene you'll probably recognize. A student named Ria studied hard, but always felt foggy-headed. Her table was piled high with yesterday's coffee cups, old notes, random chargers. She cleaned for 20 minutes. Trash out. Books neatly stacked. Only her laptop, one pen, and one notebook on the table. She sat down. Silence. Her brain felt wider and more expansive. She said, I didn't even realize my mind was fighting my room. That's the real power here. You're eliminating friction. You're reducing invisible stress. You're signaling to your brain that it's safe to focus. Keep it simple. Less on the desk, less on the walls, less on your phone screen. Design your space to make the right action the easy action. Water bottle within easy reach. Walking shoes near the door. Notebook beside the bed. Distractions out of sight. Your environment should quietly nudge you toward the life you want to live every day, without you even having to think about it. And yes, this will help your English, too. A clean desk invites a clean page. A clean page invites clear writing. And clear writing trains a clear mind. 5. Limit your intake of news and social media. Information isn't neutral. It enters your mind and changes your state. Most feeds are specifically designed to hijack your attention. They keep you scrolling. They keep you comparing yourself to others. They keep you angry or anxious because those emotions keep you hooked. Too much input becomes mental pollution. You start the day with the opinions of complete strangers. You're carrying around headlines you can't even control. Your mind is filled with arguments you're not even involved in. You don't need to completely disconnect from the world. You just need to set some boundaries. Treat your attention like a front door. Not everyone gets to walk in whenever they feel like it. Not everything deserves a place in your head. Create viewing windows. instead of a constant drip feed. Choose a short, specific time when you'll check in after breakfast, before dinner. That's it. Outside of those windows, the door is firmly closed. Notifications off. Do not disturb on. Phone face down or in another room. Make the feed work for your future. Unfollow anything that drains you. Meet anyone who provokes you, but never actually teaches you anything. Follow people who inspire you and lift you up. Prioritize learning over gossip, skill over scandal, depth over drama. Add a little gentle friction. Remove the apps from your home screen. Make them just a little harder to reach. When access is slower, the impulse fades. Use the 3 gates before you let something in. Is it true? Is it useful? Is it mine to act on? If it fails those gates, let it pass. Your peace is far more valuable than another hot take. Imagine a plant that can only thrive if it gets clean water and sunlight. If you give it dirty water every day, it will slowly wither and die from the inside out. Your mind works in much the same way. The water is the information you feed it. Every time you overload yourself with negative news, gossip, or endless social media drama, you're pouring mental pollution into your brain. It weakens your focus. It steals your peace. It fills you with fear and fuels your tendency to compare yourself to others. When you limit that intake, your mind clears, your focus sharpens, your creativity blossoms, and your confidence grows. Just like a gardener carefully chooses what his plants drink, you must carefully choose what your mind consumes. That's the secret. Clarity isn't always about adding more to the mix. Often, it's about subtracting. Replace doom scrolling with nourishing inputs. 1 good page of a book, 1 quality podcast, 1 handwritten paragraph outlining your goals. Choose creation over consumption whenever possible. Write. Walk. Practice. Call someone who matters. Do something real with your hands. Your brain is like a garden. What you plant will grow. Plant fear and noise, and you'll get weeds. Plant learning and gratitude, and you'll get calm, strength, and resilience. 6. Forgive and let go. Resentment is just mental clutter. Anger keeps replaying old scenes in your head. It steals your focus from the life that's unfolding right in front of you. Forgiveness isn't about saying that what happened was okay. It's about saying that it no longer owns my mind. You forgive to free up your energy. You forgive to sleep soundly at night. You forgive to redirect your attention to your future. Try this release ritual. Find a quiet spot. Write a private letter that you will never send. Say what hurt you. Say what you needed. Say that you're done carrying this burden. Then, and with 1 simple line, I release this to protect my peace. Tear up the page. Breathe out slowly. Feel the weight lift, even if it's just a little. If the wound resurfaces, repeat the process. Healing isn't a one-time decision. It's a direction. Set boundaries after you forgive. You can let go and still choose to maintain some distance. Peace and protection can coexist. Here's a pattern you'll likely recognize. A founder was carrying around the pain of betrayal from an old business partner. Every new deal felt risky. One night, he wrote the letter. He named the pain. He named the lesson he learned. He released the story. The next morning, his mind felt clearer. Not perfect, but clear enough to make good decisions. Here's a simple line you can use when memories start to bite. I choose my peace over this replay. And here's a line you can use when talking to someone. I wish you well from a distance. This is strength, not weakness. It's mental housekeeping. It's choosing space over noise. This habit will also help your English skills. Write your release letter in simple English. Short sentences, honest words. You'll clean your mind and train your language skills at the same time. 7. Practice deep breathing. Your breath is like a built-in reset button. Free, always available, and often ignored. Stress makes your breath shallow, and shallow breathing tells your body, we are not safe. Your heart rate rises. Your thoughts race. Slow, steady breathing sends the opposite message. You are safe. You can think clearly. Place a hand on your belly. Inhale slowly through your nose. Feel your hand rise. Hold gently for a moment. Exhale softer and longer through your mouth. Feel your shoulders drop. There's no need to count. Just make sure the exhale is longer than the inhale. A longer exhale equals a calmer mind. Use it like a mini ritual. Before opening your inbox, before a difficult phone call, before responding to criticism, before going to sleep. 3 or 4 rounds are usually enough to shift your state. If your emotions are running high, do more. Stop when you feel some space returning. Keep a nature trigger handy, shoes by the door, a cap on a hook, a note that says 5 minutes outside. Make going out the easy choice. If your thoughts are feeling heavy, try this simple exercise outside. Pick one tree. Name 5 things about it: its height, its color, the pattern of its bark, the way the light catches it, the movement of its leaves. Your mind will return from dwelling on yesterday or worrying about tomorrow to being present in the now. Speak a simple line as you walk. I'm breathing in calm. I'm breathing out clutter. It's beginner-friendly English with a powerful effect. When you come back inside, notice the difference. Your chest feels softer, your face feels looser, your decisions feel kinder. Do this every day. Small walks, short pauses, regular sunlight. You're teaching your brain where peace resides. 10. Consume positive content. Your mind eats what you feed it. If you start your day with arguments, scandals, and comparisons, don't be surprised when your thoughts feel angry, empty, and tired. Switch up your diet. Choose inputs that build you up. Choose voices that respect your attention. Choose ideas that leave you feeling stronger after you close the app. Make your mornings sacred. Before you dive into the feed, pick a page from a good book, a paragraph from a great biography, a short podcast that teaches you something, rather than just teasing you. Keep it simple. 10 clean minutes is better than an hour of noise. Use the open and upgrade rule. Every time you unlock your phone, ask yourself, will this upgrade my mind? If the answer is yes, continue. If the answer is no, close it with pride. Curate your content intentionally. Unfollow the drama. Mute the constant complainers. Follow teachers, builders, and calm, rational voices. Your timeline should feel like a library, not a shouting match. Turn motivation into motion. Bring it to a deliberate close. Reflection is like mental housekeeping. You sort through your thoughts. You put the events of the day back into perspective. You allow your brain to rest. Keep it simple and honest. Sit somewhere quiet. Open a notebook. Ask yourself 2 gentle questions. What went well today? What can I do better tomorrow? Write genuine answers, not necessarily perfect ones. Small victories matter. Tiny lessons are important. You're strengthening your clarity, not putting on a performance. Empty any remaining thoughts onto the paper. Tasks for the next day. Conversations that need to happen. Ideas you don't want to lose. Once you've written them down, your mind can stop actively guarding them. Perform a body check. Is your jaw relaxed? Are your shoulders down? Is your breathing slower than before? Tell your nervous system, we are safe now. This is a scene from high performance you'll really appreciate. Elite teams conduct a brief after-action review at the end of each day. What worked well? What didn't work? What changes should we make next time? No drama, just learning. You can bring this power to your bedroom desk. Use a closing line to seal the day. Today is complete. Tomorrow has a plan. Close the notebook. Allow sleep to come to a calm mind. This habit is beneficial for English language skills as well. Write in simple sentences, using plain words, and expressing clear thoughts. You're training both expression and peace of mind simultaneously. Meditate daily. Meditation isn't about escaping from life. It's about training the mind that experiences your life. You're not trying to stop your thoughts entirely. You're learning to simply notice them and then gently return your focus. Catch. Return. Repeat. This rhythm builds control. Sit comfortably. Keep your eyes soft. Focus your attention on your breath. Inhale as if you're taking in calmness. Exhale as if you're releasing clutter. Thoughts will inevitably appear. Let them pass by like people passing a window. No chasing them. No wrestling with them. Just return your attention to your breath each time. Each return is another repetition. A rep that makes you stronger. If focusing on your breath doesn't work for you, try a word. Peace, maybe, or calm. Whisper it in your mind as you breathe. One anchor. Endless stability. Short meditation sessions can be surprisingly powerful. A few quiet minutes in the morning, a few before you go to sleep, maybe even one in the middle of a busy day. Consistency is more important than length. This practice is widespread at the highest levels of achievement. World-class athletes use it to steady their nerves. Surgeons center themselves before critical moments. Creators use it to enter a state of deep work. Different fields, but the same underlying principle. A calm mind leads to cleaner decisions. If anxiety starts to rise, pair your breath with reality. Feel your feet on the floor. Feel your back against the chair. Notice the air at your nostrils. Name what you're feeling, and then return to your breath. Presence dissolves panic. Stack meditation with existing routines. Meditate after brushing your teeth, before opening your laptop, or right after you lock the front door at night. Habit piggybacks make practice effortless. This also improves your English skills. End each meditation session with one clear sentence spoken out loud. I feel calmer. I'm ready to focus. I can handle today. Short, strong, and memorable. End the day with a digital detox. Screens keep your brain wired and active. Wired brains don't achieve deep sleep. And without deep sleep, your mind never truly cleans itself. Give yourself a screen-free period to wind down. This isn't a punishment, it's protection. A quiet runway that allows your thoughts to settle. Create a wind-down menu, made up of real-life activities. A warm shower, light stretching, reading a slow page of a physical book, soft music that breathes instead of shouts, writing a short gratitude note, dim lights that signal to your body that night has arrived. Move your phone away from your bed. Put it in another room if possible. If it absolutely has to stay in the room, put it on airplane mode, face down and out of reach. You should be in control of the night, not your notifications. Replace scrolling through blue light with soft rituals. Tidy your desk so tomorrow starts clean. Lay out your clothes to eliminate morning decisions. Fill a water bottle for your first sip after waking up. Small actions, big mental relief. This is a pattern used by leaders who carry heavy responsibility. They set a firm boundary in the evening. After that line, no emails, no news, no decisions, just recovery. They wake up clearer because they protected the night. If you absolutely must look at a screen, reduce the stimulation by lowering the brightness, switching to grayscale mode, and avoiding feeds. Only engage in intentional, quiet tasks. Then, switch back to analog activities. Speak a closing promise to yourself. I choose rest over noise. I choose clarity over scrolling. I choose tomorrow's strength over tonight's distraction. Say it softly. Mean it. This detox is a gift to your English skills as well. Read a page out loud from a book. Whisper a paragraph that you wrote in your reflection. Let language end the day, gently. Let clarity tuck you in. If you've made it this far, you already know the truth. A clean mind doesn't happen by accident. It's not something that life will just hand you. It's something you have to fight for every single day because the world will constantly throw noise at you. It will keep pulling at your attention. It will constantly tempt you to live in reaction instead of with intention. But you have a choice. To live heavily or to live lightly, to carry the past with you or to clear it away, to drown in clutter or to walk with space in your mind.